It's Thursday, August 8th. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Good morning, everyone. A shift in Tropical Storm Debby's track could help us avoid the worst of the storm. Beach erosion and coastal flooding are still a concern as the storm heads our way. We're expecting heavy rain and gusty winds, but for a shorter period of time than originally expected. Ahead of Debby's remnants, you'll see some pop-up showers. You can see it here on the Futurecast. The heavy rain and gusty winds will hit the island tomorrow, with the worst of the storm tomorrow night. The weekend is now looking better, too, with the nasty weather clearing out earlier on Saturday. And here's the latest on Debby's track. The tropical storm made a second landfall in South Carolina this morning as it spins north. You can see the track with the outer bands expected to reach us tonight. Follow the latest on Debby and the local impact on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. DWI charges today after a deadly 7-car crash in Riverhead. Christian Araldo Mendoza Buckwheat-Ax of Riverhead is facing charges today. Police say he was driving drunk yesterday when he plowed into multiple vehicles at the corner of Country Road 105 and Riverside Drive. A passenger in his car was killed when it rolled over. Mendoza Buckwheat-Ax was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. First in Newsday, a rally for justice after the killing of a Yorkie in Nassau. Dozens of protesters gathered here in Mineola yesterday. They want felony charges reinstated against Peter Galantino. He's the Hempstead man convicted in the 2020 kicking death of a 4-pound Yorkie named Mocha during a dispute over a dog fence.
Whether you care about animals or whether you care about violence towards humans, it is important that this felony conviction is upheld.
A judge tossed Galantino's felony conviction after his lawyers claimed he was overcharged. Galantino is scheduled to be sentenced on misdemeanor animal cruelty and disorderly conduct convictions next week. New West Nile virus fears today after an Islip man tested positive for the virus. It's the first confirmed human case in the state this year. The man, who has not been identified but is over 50, was hospitalized on July 18th after experiencing symptoms. He was released last month and is recovering at home. Layoffs are coming to Westbury. Metpar Corp, a toilet partitions manufacturer, says it'll lay off 40 employees at its manufacturing facility and headquarters in October. The company blamed economic conditions for the cuts. The Giants kick off their preseason tonight. Big Blue will host the Detroit Lions at MetLife Stadium. We are waiting to see whether quarterback Daniel Jones and other starters will be on the field in tonight's exhibition opener. The Jets have their first preseason game on Saturday, hosting the Washington Commanders. How you buy and sell a home is changing. Starting today, One Key MLS is rolling out a new policy that changes how real estate agents are paid. It follows antitrust litigation against the National Association of Realtors that alleged agents conspired to inflate commissions. One Key will now prohibit listing agents from disclosing on its platform how much a homeowner is willing to pay a buyer's agent in commission. Newsday's business reporter Jonathan Lamantia explains.
So for the first time for many buyer's agents, they're going to be making their sales pitch to a buyer before they tour homes about what value that they're providing, because a buyer could be on the hook at the end of a sale to potentially pay that agent. But what's yet to be seen is whether that commission that the buyer's agent is going to get paid will be negotiated as part of the sale price that would be then given back by the seller through a concession.
There is also a big change for sellers.
So for people who are selling their home, they'll have to decide whether they still want to offer compensation to a buyer's agent. And what traditionally had been done was that offer of compensation would have been on the multiple listing service, but instead what we're going to see is that offer would either be on a brokerage's website or communicated in another way. So that's a major change, because now the way that buyer's agents get paid is really changing here.
Jonathan, thank you. The changes will take effect for realtors nationwide by August 17th. You can read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. 2 Suffolk County legislators have proposed a bill that would limit any aid to any nonprofit whose CEOs make more than the governor. Joining me now to talk more about it is Newsday's Vera Chinisi. how would this work if this were to move forward?
Okay, so there's numerous nonprofits in Suffolk County that contract with the county to provide services such as homeless shelters, things like that. The way this would work is these nonprofits would have to disclose their employee salaries to the county, which technically they already do that. But the nonprofits that pay any of their executives more than the governor's salary, which in 2024 is $250,000 a year, would be barred from contracting with the county.
So now you talk to various nonprofits. What are critics saying about this?
So the critics saying that it's unfair, that it unfairly targets nonprofits because the bill doesn't extend to other county contractors such as paving companies or outside law firms. It's only focused on the nonprofit sector. So some of the people who work in that field, they feel targeted by this bill.
Now the public will be able to comment on this as well.
Absolutely. So the way that this works is it's going to be introduced in the Budget and Finance Committee, which meets on August 27th. Then it's going to go for a public hearing before the full legislature, likely on during its September meeting. So the public will have the chance to weigh in on this.
Okay, Vera, thank you. Read more on this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Mental health is a balancing act, and Long Islanders are looking towards Simone Biles, the most decorated American gymnast, for inspiration. Krista Kelman has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
It's a lot of pressure to do this.
Gymnastics superstar Simone Biles sparked a global conversation about mental health in sports when she withdrew from multiple events in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics.
How important is mental toughness in a sport like gymnastics?
Just as tough as physical toughness. If you don't have one, you don't have the other.
But you don't have to be an Olympian to feel the same struggles as Biles. Long Island gymnasts have found inspiration in her mental health journey.
She gave both coaches and gymnasts, I think, a voice, a way to show that they can speak up and express their concerns.
You feel like you're gonna throw up sometimes. There will be days where I'm scared to go for a skill, but I can do this skill. I've never gotten hurt on this skill. I can do it really good, but my brain, for some reason, shuts off. It's telling me I can't.
Leah Jansen is a mental health coach at Ward Melville High School who helps student athletes balance stress.
So I try and teach them how to pick themselves up when they're down, how to get over making a mistake, how to deal with failure.
I would breathe in and out, slow breaths, and I'd be I'd talk to myself. I'd be I can do this. If I do the skill slowly in my head, that would help.
We have to normalize that conversation and say you can be better if you ask for help. And look at what happened with Simone Biles. And she is just making the conversation more normal.
We're all realizing that communication is a big thing to support these athletes. Those lines of communication, I think, have opened up so much more with, role models showing that it needs to.
For Newsday TV, I'm Carissa Kelman.
Krista, thank you. Read more about mental health and sports on Long Island on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by EastEndGetaway.com. End up here.
Here's what's up on Long Island. Check out the Palmanac Powwow. The outdoor event features Aztec and traditional dancers, drumming, and Native American food. It's Saturday and Sunday at Tanner Park and Copaig. The Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. The event features arcade and retro games to play, cosplay, special guest panels, and much more. It's Friday and Saturday and Sunday at the Cradle of Aviation Museum.
I'd spend 10,000 hours and 10,000 more. Oh, if that's what it takes
Dan and Shay are coming to the Northwell at Jones Beach Theater. The duo will appear with Jake Owen and Dylan Marlowe for the Heartbreak on the Map Summit Tour Saturday night in Wantagh. For admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. Checking out your hyperlocal Thursday forecast. Cooler today with more scattered showers. Here's a look outside at Westcott Cameron Beach in Bridgehampton. Checking out your day planner. More rain and clouds today. Get ready for it. Highs a bit cooler in the low 70s. It kind of feels like fall out there. Tomorrow, expect gusty winds and scattered thunderstorms with highs in the 80s. And here's a look at your futurecast.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Islanders save on their energy bills for over 20 years.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Thank you so much. Have a great morning.